among you has refied lately with your mortgage or modified your mortgage, put a home up for sale? Maybe you want to buy a home. Well, the good news is home builders are up on good housing numbers out this morning. We have the existing home sales jumping 7.8% in August, and housing starts were also up 2.3% in August. Is it finally the good sign of a housing recovery that we've been looking for, and can it be sustained? Joining us now in a Fox Business exclusive from Denver, Colorado is RE/MAX CEO Margaret Kelly. We see their signs all over the United States. Margaret, you'd be the perfect person there where we could check the temperature gauge. But the question that we ask is the most often asked question, I guess, since Who Shot JR, and that is, have we finally bottomed out? Because it matters to people who are looking to buy, to sell, to refi, or to invest.
You're absolutely right. I think the worst is over. Do I think we've bottomed out? Yes, I really do think we have. The good numbers are for 14 months in a row, we've had more sales each month for 14 months, and the prices have gone up for the last 7 months. Those are all great signs for us. I'll tell you what, in January, I was cautiously optimistic. Now I'm optimistic.
Okay, and now we're going into the fall season. I never can figure out with you guys, so, the spring buying season, the fall selling season. What is it as we head into fall?
Well, usually what happens, families like to move in the summer and they like to get their kids in by fall for school. And so usually fall into probably the first of the year, things start to taper off. So if it does, it's very seasonal. That's very ordinary for us. What we found this year is starting in January, which is still normally a fairly low time, we've had quite a few sales, and it has continued all the way through August. We'll see what September brings.
The Federal Reserve, and I know now you guys have become experts in Fed speak, because you have to be. Boy, it sure seems when you look at all of the tea leaves that they are highly focused on stimulating the housing market, aren't they? And they just did QE3, as it's called, which is large-scale asset purchases.
Right.
This time, open-ended. Translation, we'll do it till things finally stabilize. Are you seeing any immediate reaction? How long does it take for this type of thing to work its way through the system and show in a positive way for the housing market?
Well, I haven't seen anything immediate, but I guess my question is, interest rates, mortgage rates are already historically low.
Yes.
Will another quarter point or half a point really incent someone who wasn't going to buy to go ahead and buy? Because right now the rates are already low. I think what they're trying to do is stimulate the economy overall, get that 2% of GDP up a little bit more, get some inflation going so that there's the wealth effect. We're already seeing some of that, though, with the home prices going up, which is good. That helps Americans. With supply down, which our inventory is quite low, and demand up, prices are starting to go up.
RE/MAX.
And with prices going up, Go ahead.
I was going to say RE/MAX does massive volume, and the question then would be, are people getting loans? How are the banks treating people?
That's the tough part right now. And the reality is, even if rates are incredibly low, if you can't get the loan, it doesn't matter how low the rates are. What we need to do is we went from way too light of lending standards to now we have too constrictive, too tight of lending standards.
Yes.
We need to get back to some common sense and help Americans get into those homes.
And some simplicity. I mean, honestly, I speak from experience. I just tried to refi. I was turned down by 7 different banks, not because of our credit, which is very, very good, but because they didn't like something with the co-op. There was some, I mean, they're now so fearful. I mean, thank goodness for New Jersey's Lakeland Bank. They stepped up to the plate. But Lakeland told us, you know what, so many people are getting turned down. It's great business for us. So where there is sort of a void, opportunity for some lenders who are ready to deal with it.
That's exactly right. And 10 to 15% of contracts fall through right now because of those lending standards. That good people just aren't getting those loans. And that's 10 to 15% of buyers out there who can help this recovery.
I have to just ask you, tell me where you see regionally the best recovery, and would it stand to reason that the worst hit places, I'm thinking Nevada, California, would see the greatest recovery or not?
We are seeing that right now, the West Coast and Florida. To give you an idea, in Florida, just a year ago, there was a 5-year supply of inventory. 5 years. Now we have a 2-month supply. In Phoenix, we have a 2-month supply of inventory. So what's happening, a lot of buyers, a lot of investors are getting into the market and buying those properties up. So Now that there isn't enough inventory, you get multiple offers, you get bidding wars, and prices are going up.
Margaret, it is a pleasure to talk to you and get the upfront in the trenches story. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Margaret Kelly, RE/MAX CEO. She knows what's going on, but what about the